Ladies and gentlemen, Eagles Nation, buckle up because if you're not already fired up about this roller coaster of a season, today's hot topic is gonna light that spark. Imagine this. Just 1 year ago, the Philadelphia Eagles were lighting up scoreboards like it was the 4th of July, with Jalen Hurts slinging dimes to A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith in a symphony of explosive plays that had us all chanting, "Fly, Eagles, fly," from the rafters of the Link. But now, that once mighty offense feels like it's wading through quicksand, dragging the whole team down when we've got the talent to soar straight to another Lombardi trophy. And folks, the whispers are turning into roars. Is it time to show offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo the door? And if so, could the guy who just got the boot from our arch-nemesis New York Giants be the secret weapon to unlock it all? Let's break it down, because this isn't just smoke, it's a full-on signal fire from the front office. Coming into this 2025 campaign, Patullo stepped into the OC role with sky-high expectations. Remember, this is a guy who's been grinding in the Eagle system for years, climbing from director of pro personnel to this big chair. But one season in, and it's like he's hit the brakes on a Ferrari. We're talking conservative play calling that's got fans and analysts scratching their heads. 3rd and long, punt city, red zone, too timid to test the seams. With a backfield duo of Saquon Barkley and that dynamic 1-2 punch from Hurts' legs, plus Brown and Smith feasting on double teams like it's Thanksgiving, we should be averaging 30 points a game easy. Instead, we're sputtering at under 20, ranking dead last in the NFC East in explosive plays. No excuses, my friends. This roster screams Super Bowl contender, not mid-pack mediocrity. And in Philly, where we don't rebuild, we reload, Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni aren't afraid to make the tough call. Patullo's heat is real, and it wouldn't shock a soul if he's packing boxes before Thanksgiving turkey. But hold on, enter stage left, Brian Daboll, the fiery tactician who just got his walking papers from those sad sack Giants after 3.5 rocky years at the helm. Fired this week after another blown lead left Big Blue buried in the basement, Daboll's head coaching gig was a classic case of right guy, wrong fit. The dude's got that aggressive edge, the kind that rubs the wrong way in a buttoned-up front office, but on the field? Pure magic when he's scheming up offenses. Flashback to Buffalo, where as OC, he molded Josh Allen from a raw cannon into an MVP machine. Remember those no-look passes and deep bombs that turned Highmark Stadium into a Bills Mafia mosh pit? Daboll's fingerprints are all over Allen's rise, scheming bootlegs, RPOs, and play action that exploited every defensive weakness like a chess grandmaster. Now, picture Daboll in green. For the Eagles, he'd be laser-focused on one side of the ball. No more juggling head coaching headaches. His wheelhouse: aggressive, tempo-driven attacks that maximize speed and space. Imagine Hurts under center, barking out protections while Daboll dials up those Bill-style misdirection runs for Barkley, freezing linebackers and springing him free. Brown and Smith. They'd feast on go routes and slants that Patullo's been too vanilla to unleash. And let's talk tactics. Daboll loves his 11 personnel, 3 receivers, 1 back, 1 tight end, to spread defenses thin, something we've seen Hurts thrive in during his 2022 MVP caliber stretch. Statistically, Bills' offenses under Daboll averaged 28 points per game in his last 2 years there. Eagles fans, that's the juice we've been missing. Sure, there's risk. Daboll's sideline intensity could spark fireworks with Sirianni, who's no stranger to those heated exchanges himself. And poaching from the Giants? Oh man, that'd pour salt in the wound of our eternal NFC East blood feud. Remember 2018, when we stole the division crown right out from under their noses? Or that iconic 1960 championship game where Norm Van Brocklin outdueled the G-Men? Hiring Daboll would be poetic justice, turning their trash into our treasure and giving us endless ammo at the next tailgate. Yeah, we took your coach, and won with him. I caught up with a fictional fireside chat here in my mind's eye, straight from the locker room vibes. Picture Nick Sirianni, post-practice at the NovaCare complex, towel over his shoulder, that trademark fire in his eyes. Look, we're all about accountability. If changes need to happen to get this offense humming like it did when we hoisted that Lombardi in 18, think about it. Reggie White's Minister of Defense sacking QBs left and right, Brian Dawkins flying around like a heat-seeking missile, we make him. Daboll. Talented mind, no doubt. We'd welcome that energy. And from Jalen Hurts himself, in a quick huddle-side quote, Coach Daboll schemes? I've studied the tape. That Buffalo stuff gets quarterbacks like me moving, creating. If it means unlocking what we've got here in Philly, let's roll. Even a die-hard Birds fan from the 700 level chimes in, hire the Giant? Huh. As long as he calls plays that make the Cowboys cry, I'm all in. Fly, Eagles, fly. Looking ahead, this could be the pivot that catapults us back to contender status. With the bye week behind us, we're staring down a gauntlet. Commanders next, then those smug Cowboys in Dallas. A Dable infusion. It'd juice our playoff odds from a shaky 45% to north of 70 per the latest models, putting us in prime position to avenge that 23 collapse and chase a repeat of the 17 miracle run when Foles to Follerin had the world believing in underdogs. Long term, it'd signal Roseman's wizardry at work, maybe even eyeing a deep draft haul if we snag a high pick. Nah, who am I kidding? With this talent, we're built for now, not next year. Expert take from my old broadcast buddy, a fictional Eagles savant named Mike Greenwell. Dable's the high-risk, high-reward bet Philly thrives on. Remember Donovan McNabb threading needles in the snow against the Packers? This could be that electric again. Eagles faithful, from the Schuylkill River to the suburbs, this is your team. Passionate, relentless, unbreakable. Whether it's Patullo turning it around or Dable storming the gates, one thing's certain, the green wave is rising. Tune in Sunday as we take on Washington. Wear your green, crank up that Sweet Caroline remix at the link, and let's remind the league why Philly football isn't just a sport, it's a religion. This is your Eagles Insider, signing off with a thunderous, fly, Eagles, fly. Back to you in the studio.